Okay, so this lesson is to take a look at doing another piece. We're going to use the castle. So we're going to start with a blank sheet, and we're going to draw our square again. So this time we're going to make it slightly bigger, I believe. So the pond was 25 by 50, so let's go with 30. Oh, wrong one. So I can tab over, I can go 30 here and tab back, and I can make that 60. Okay, so that's what we're shooting for. And again, we're going to use that insert tool. So we're going to grab the same SVG that we did before, and we're going to use the same tools for moving it in place. So we click OK to accept. We are going to delete our square around it. We'll delete our extra pieces. You don't have to. If you wanted to be more efficient, you could keep them. So last time we drew a line that was vertical. You'll notice that if you click on the ends, you can actually change it, and you can move it in place. So we drew the line before, but this time we don't have to draw the line if we don't want to. So we want to hit the dead center so that this distance here is the same as this distance there. You can measure it if you wanted to. There's a tool called Dimension. If you click on it, we can hit Escape. So nothing's selected, so then I can click on this and a line. I think I got rid of my, so D for dimension. Let's click over here. D for dimension. Doesn't like that. So I could draw another line from there if I really wanted to know the dimension, but so it's 13. You could measure the other side too, but your eyes are pretty good at detecting what's the middle. So we'll keep going. So we have our line. If you want to make it a little bit easier to select, you can go in, grab the scissors, and you can start breaking these lines. And that just makes it easier to select, and you don't have to do multiple selections when you choose your profile. And so if I'm just going to choose the left side, I don't need to do any breaks on the right side. So I hit Finish. I go to Revolve. It asks me for the profile. So I'm going to select that. You'll notice that it all selects as one, and then the axis. And that is the first part. You notice I got a flat bottom. And so now I'm missing the top part. So that's the new part that we're going to work with, the castle. So to do that, you hit Escape to get out of your tool. You go to Construction. Now there's a whole bunch of these. We're going to use the top one, which is the default if you click on it. And so now I can have a construction line that is, let's go 5 millimeters above the part. And so when I look at it from the side, you can sort of see that it's above. And that's where we're going to create our sketch. So we're going to click our green plus, we're going to click that plane, and now we're going to grab some stuff. One of the tools that I like to use is that create a plane, but also this project. So we could grab anything. You can choose bodies or you can choose entities. We do have a body. At this point we could just accept it. When I turn off the bodies, you can see that this is what's projected. We kind of want to have a big circle that it can be ridiculously big. So our whole thing is less than 30, so 35 should be more than enough. And then we're going to draw one line. And it doesn't matter where it goes because we're just going to make copies of it. So now we've got this line and we want to make copies of it. So we go to Create Rectangular Pattern. We're going to select the object that we want to duplicate and the center of it. So that will be this part. So it gives us 3 as default, but we want to increase that quite a bit. So I think 10 is typically a good amount. And we can click OK. If you wanted to add something else, like sometimes I add a 15 mil circle just so that I know I have it. So we got a lot of circles. We can hit finish, and then we can turn our body back on. So now we're going to extrude down, and we're going to make that chess piece design. So if I go to every second pi, so to speak, and then we extrude down, you can kind of get an idea that we're going to make it look like a chess piece. If I hit OK, you can sort of see that I got this weird wall thing happening. So that's not desirable. So we're going to go down to the timeline, and we're going to do a right click on it. We're going to go to Edit Feature. And then it's just a matter of selecting more pieces. And if we wanted to do this all in one shot, we could select the inner part. Well, we'll do this in 2 parts. So now you can sort of see that we've got the outside part. We could turn our sketches back on. Sketches tend to get turned off. And then we could do the center part. You could leave the center part as, and then you could just go, so you notice if you select something that you didn't want, you just select it again. Okay, so now this, we're going to go all the way around. And we have some options here. We could try cutting. That seems to be what we want. And then we click OK. Now you have to manually turn your sketch off. So it's kind of what we want, kind of not what we want. I've decided now that I want to change this, so I can click on that part, and instead of going so far, I can just go part of the way. So I think I went 10 before. I'm going to go 8 this time and see what it looks like. So maybe that looks a little bit more castle-y. And if I wanted to change my mind about the second one, I can go down and edit that. And this time I'm going to click all the pies in the middle. We'll see what that looks like. And then we click OK. So I think that that looks better. Okay, and yours, you can do whatever you want. So once again, you can render that. But I think I'll stop at this point just to keep the video short. Okay, good luck.